Today is Monday, June 22nd, 2026. Monday Night Raw is already finished by the time this video is uploaded, and welcome to the Kayfabe Wrestling News Weekly Update brought to you by Thunder and Lightning Gaming. Obafemi and Io Sky have advanced in the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments and are headed to Night of Champions. Now, I normally try not to do this, but I need to speak my mind. Raw has a bloodline problem. The story they're currently telling with the bloodline is actually interesting, but there's too much of it. If this was a TV show just about the bloodline, I'd be entertained. But the truth of the matter is that this TV show has a lot of wrestlers who aren't being featured right now. On behalf of the Baileys, Joe Hendrys, Ivy Niles, and Grayson Wallers of the world, tonight's episode of Raw was officially too much bloodline. Izzy Dame and Ariana Grace have advanced in the women's speed tournament. Naraku had a very interesting sit-down with Tony D. Definitely watch this segment if you haven't. NXT seems to be pushing Saquon Sugars, and Aaron Rourke is gracing NXT with his presence next week. Also, Tatum is still hanging around. Seems like she'll be getting a rematch, possibly. Mercedes Mona has advanced in the Owen Hart Cup by defeating Hazuki. Brodito and Brody King defeat John Moxley and Daniel Garcia. Things are heating up between Ciampa and Jericho, and Team MJF is successful in 12-man tag action. Tension builds between Mike Santana and Nick Nemeth in anticipation for the world title main event at Slammiversary. With the addition of a returning Amazing Red, all 7 competitors for the Ultimate X match have been determined. And Mustafa Ali is officially holding an open challenge. I can only hope it's someone cool. My guesses are Charles Mason, Sidney Akeem, or Mason Rook. Ricky Saints is the new #1 contender for Trick Williams' United States Championship. Cody and Gunther had a crazy, weird, not-so-commercial-free match for the title, with Cody retaining. Jey Uso and Liv Morgan have advanced in the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. R-Truth and Damian Priest also retained against the MFTs, who lost due to Solo's interference. The cracks are starting to form. Also, Tala Tonga actually talked. On Raw, Liv Morgan attempted to seduce Danhausen into cursing Oba before Dom's match, and to Danhausen's credit, he said he'd do it, he just wanted too much in return. On SmackDown, I think I finally understand what they're doing with Danhausen for the time being. If you get electrocuted by his invention, you revert back to your old self and say all your old catchphrases. And if they're about to team up Danhausen and Matt Cardona, honestly, sign me up. And what is probably the biggest upset in this entire tournament so far, Maya World has defeated Athena and now faces Mercedes Moné in the finals of the Owen Hart Cup tournament. Matt Sydal is back on Collision, and Ricochet took absolutely no time stirring the pot. Chris Statlander has defeated Mira Shirakawa and advances in the Survival of the Fittest tournament. Lots of build-up to Forbidden Door this episode and on Dynamite. El Grande Americano is back, and he's going after Dominic Mysterio and the AAA Mega Championship. But just as he was about to start celebrating, he was attacked by Perros del Mal, or at least a new version of them, composed of Los Garzas, Daga, Bronco Nima, and Carmen Petrovic. No idea where this is going, but it's AAA, so I'm sure it'll be good. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry about the late upload today. Well, the on-time upload. I just didn't realize that Monday Night Raw was earlier in the day again. They went overseas and then back to the States and then back to overseas. It just confused me. Next week, there's a very hectic Sunday. There's 3 PLEs on Sunday. I'm actually going to Slammiversary. I'm going to be there. So then when I get home, I have to watch Great American Bash and Forbidden Door. So I think at this point, next week's episode probably won't be up until Tuesday. Until then, there's more Thunder and Lightning content. Chris is currently on his road trip and doing daily vlogs over on Instagram, and I have a video essay style YouTube short coming out this Friday, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It's not about wrestling, it's about video games. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed Raw. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.